Moro Patitu, my main cheeky. All this other guess put your side cheeky. A Karayana Kamunenu bed, breakfast in bed, yes, I'm that's romantic. Roma, Mamma Tuga Kana Blum Blum, unless it's a weapon headache in a blum blum. On the package, China, put a China, put a Nolonago, Mosabili Tuntum, Malama no give me the mass 7:30. J, mass 7:30. Then again, the father come and Walanya 5:30. More when you're 5:30. I'm ready for my heart. If you tell me to sit, then I will start you. Now you be like lady for my heart, and I will do anything just to make you my wife. Metonye di menu, metonye di menu, metonye di menu, makono no. Metonye di menu, metasa di menu, metonye di menu, makono no.
Extraordinaire.
Wow, Ejikeburu they change. Zara Kene Baby Sanchez.
91.9.
We are reaching you live from Ozubulu.
Right here in Ozubulu, Nnewi. Authority FM
91.9.
Baby,
This is your radio. Your station. The music never stops.
Authority FM 91.9.
Your station. The music never stops.
Authority FM 91.9. Authority FM 91.9.
We like it.
Authority 91.9.
91.9.
Hi, this is Michael Jackson.
Authority 91.9 FM.
91.9 FM.
Just order.
I bring you music.
Your music. Always a better variety of continuous favorites.
91.9.
Everyone's making the switch to more music, more Huddersfield.
News, sports, traffic, weather. You can depend on us.
Authority 91.9 FM. Ozubulu, Nnewi.
Bow, why ananahum chai?
Face me, I'm the beat.
Oh, mobility, I like him even now. I walk to this baby, take me to your people, I am just a stranger, and I'm looking for my bono. What I was him, now fire go get you. I say to this baby, take me to your people, take me to your people. You look so fine, and your back and my choice, Pico baby, don't say no to my request. Once more I did no. Don't feel shy, I did no. Say yes to me, my girl. I could take you to London, not through where I did talk. Buy you house in Jamaica. If I leave you, I go die. Oh, baby, make I ask you. Litwena moto ifo bunuku we masimu nobi. Then I say papa, aga mapolo wage wanyi kewo bamulu. Mundweno bamulu ngosi my father we no wanyi. She is the best. Among all the girls so mo follow no somebody this girl I'm one of no so. Ifo bunuku ke bebelo muso. Na ya wesim. No ya de naka waya wanyi no kwete apolo no mi abili. No problem, I don't low. When I ask this baby girl, once more I said no. Don't feel shy, I said no. Say yes to me, my girl. I could take you to London, not through where I did talk. Buy you house in Jamaica. If I leave you, I go die. Oh, baby, make I ask you. I gave you, Thank you.
You are tuned into
Authority FM
91.9.
Authority 91.9 FM. Ozubulu, Nnewi.
Authority FM 91.9.
My one and only.
Authority
Welcome to my party. Get the invitation. All the mommy, daddy. Oh yeah, move into position. Spray us all the money. Dancing with my honey. Spray the money where. Spray the money where. God of lie. My one and only. Lie. Fatty and me. Grab somebody, so you. This bedroom on fire. Not somebody, baby. I tension go shocking. I know my single bubbles. I'm looking for complexion. I know my single ladies. I want to catch a flower. Identify your bubble. Watching by the corner. As I tune into your FM. I don't feel change the station. Where, spread the money, where. God of lie. My one and only. Fatty and me.
Radio as you like it. Authority FM 91.9.
Ozubulu, Nnewi.
DNA. Queen of the dance. Come give me dance. Many men day, but I don't give a damn. I go carry you go. Yeah. Finally, I go rock you slowly. Yeah. Gradually, your body feeling the DJ. Oh. DJ put it on replay. Oh. You done they killing me softly. Yeah, oh. Actually, I like the way you they roll it down. Ooh, roll it down. You got the biggie bum bum bae. Rihanna want your bum bum bae. I no go judge you, mama. Wine slow for me now, go down for me, ma. Do what you wanna. Do your thing, mommy, do your thing. Come hold me, mama. Wine slow for me now, go down for me, ma. Do what you wanna. Do your thing, mommy, do your thing. I like to get down with you tonight. I need you, making no sense anybody. I like to get down with you tonight. I need you. If I call you, baby, make you answer me. Why like the guys waiting for Atlanta? Oh. I be your guy, can I be your bouncer? Oh. The way your waist wine make me just the mental. Oh. Now I can't stop, oh, I can't stop, oh. I don't die, I'ma see your hand walk, oh. She na dance off, oh, na dance off, oh. Dance off like a Jimmy jump off, oh. Baby, you a star, yeah, yeah. See, I see they shine for there, yeah. I they see you from afar, yeah, yeah. And I wanna get to know you. Like the way you they roll it down, ooh, roll it down. You got the biggie bum bum bae. Rihanna want your bum bum bae. I no go judge you, mama. Wine slow for me now, go down for me, ma. Do what you wanna. Do your thing, mommy, do your thing. Come hold me, mama. Wine slow for me now, put it down for me, ma. Do what you wanna. Do your thing, mommy, do your thing. I like to get down with you tonight. I need you, making no sense anybody. I like to get down with
Authority FM 91.9.
Mastercraft R&B.
Oh yeah, now. Sawadele. I did one party, I see one day. She did dance like say tomorrow. She did wine away, that's my baby. She did shake her roll her. This girl is fine, she too fine, no. Her body on fire, she too hot, no. She did wine away, roll her waist. She did shake her roll her. It's sweet to me for my belly, oh, for my belly, oh. It's sweet to me for my body, oh, for my body, oh. Dance it for me, my baby, oh. Dance it for me, my baby, oh. Shake it for me, my baby, oh. Shake it for me, my baby, oh. It's sweet to me for my belly, oh, for my belly, oh. It's sweet to me for my body, oh, for my body, oh. Dance it for me, my baby, oh. Dance it for me, my baby, oh. Shake it for me, my baby, oh. Shake it for me, my baby, oh. I finish money on top this girl, oh. I just dey spray, I know they walk. He gave a super, make me lose my sense, yo. Fire bony, baby, oh. Oh, baby, dance, dance. One more wine for me. You make me crazy, oh. Dance for me. Oh, baby, dance, dance. One more wine for me. Wine, you make me crazy, oh. Dance for me. It's sweet to me for my belly, oh. To me for my body, oh. For my body, oh. Dance it for me, my baby, oh. Dance it for me, my baby, oh. Shake it for me, my baby, oh. Shake it for me, my baby, oh. It's sweet to me for my belly, oh. For my belly, oh. It's sweet to me for my body, oh. For my body, oh. Dance it for me, my baby, oh. Dance it for me, my baby, oh. Shake it for me, my baby, oh. Shake it for me, my baby, oh. Yo, you bought you, oh, it's done. Imagine oh, the channel, yo, baby, you just the wine. Yo, you bought you, oh, it's done. Imagine yo, the channel, yo. It is sweet to me for my belly, oh, for my belly, oh. It is sweet to me for my body, oh, for my body, oh. Dance it for me, my baby, oh. Dance it for me, my baby, oh. Shake it for me, my baby, oh. Shake it for me, my baby, oh. It is sweet to me for my body, oh, for my belly, oh. It is jolly me for my belly, oh, for my body, oh. Dance it for me, my baby, oh. Dance it for me, my baby, oh. Take your body for me, my baby, oh.
Hop on neku, I'm in the no be mistake, take it by faith. I come, no yenka, make you wait. You see me, they celebrate, join me and jubilate. No be mistake, oh, eh. No be mistake, oh, eh. No be mistake, oh, eh. Ọ̀pọ̀ èèyàn ló ti mọ̀ pé mo lọ́lọ́run. Ọ̀pọ̀ òjò ló ti rọ̀ tílẹ̀ ti fi mú. Kàyéfì ló jẹ́ fáwọn kan ènìyàn ẹni bí ẹni àjí kò wá kí n dání. If I be money miss road, tell me how you gon' know. Ẹni olówó ìṣó fẹ́ kọ́lé alájà gogoro. I don't know why God choose me. I don't know why this place supports me. Maybe because I'm one of them. Maybe because I'm part of them. Because maybe our goals are one. Because maybe they were there we fall. I share their pain. I know their gain. It's my time to reign. Follow me sing this prayer. Don't give mistake. Take it by faith. I come, no yenka. Make you wait. You see me, they celebrate. Join me and jubilate. No be mistake, oh, eh. No be mistake, oh, eh. No be mistake, oh, eh. No be mistake that I rock this schedule. No be mistake if I chop your knuckle. No be mistake that I'm living large. But you want me, don't bet that's why I'm popular. I believe, say, you are happy for me. So let's celebrate and enjoy. by me. Expectation rising to God, be the glory. From the beginning, it has been written. It's not a mistake, now that it's happening. God answered by fire, he's there for me. Only can be one, shall I kill your minojo? Only can be one, shall I kill your minojo? Baba di shashekwe, ati ujamlo. No be mistake, take it by faith. I come, no yenka. Make it wait. You see me, they celebrate. Join me and jubilate. No be mistake, oh. No be mistake, oh. No be mistake, oh. Edumare tishe. Ofan on me. Agbelebu mi re. Iṣẹ́ ọwọ́ mi àṣeyẹ. Ọmọ tí mo bí àbíyé. Gbogbo ara lé mi ti bẹ̀rẹ̀. Gbogbo ìdíbàjẹ́ ti dohun ìgbàgbé. Àwọn tó ń gbà ṣàkọlẹ̀ ti dẹ́ ní ìmọ̀ye. Givers never lack, beggars always ask. Any which way you are free to come my party. Get free, but make sure say you own your body. No be mistake, say today na my birthday. No be mistake, say I was born on Sunday. Johnny celebrate, I'm a year older today. All that came around, I don't raise. No be mistake, take it by faith. I come, no yenka. Make it wait. You see me, they celebrate. Join me and jubilate. No be mistake, oh. 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 I'm on a confirm, oh. No be mistake, oh. Now for real,
91.9.
We are reaching you live from Ozubulu.
Right here in Ozubulu, Nnewi. Authority FM
91.9.
It's my maestro.
You see, just they do me for body.
Fresh out from musicupdates.com.
Baby, love me tender. Baby, palanga my love. Monica dance to do the kerewa. Baby, with you know I hello. That's in my cosa. I say you must marry me. That's in my cosa. Your body they redo me. You must marry me. That's in Sukusu. Baby, aroma to set you. Aroma to set you. Me and you not till weekend, yo. Not till weekend, yo. As you did do that thing, does it make me high bagger? But it's so soft, I go shop my mind, yeah. Aburukutu sumame, baby, mama burukutu sumaya malayo, baby, oh dancing, get it, dancing, my cosa, oh yeah, dancing in popo, alaga, baby, love me tender,
Fresh out from musicupdates.com.
Mixing native.
Authority FM, radio as you like it. Authority FM, 91.9.
Ozubulu, Nnewi.
Let's go. This is your radio. Your station. The music. Never stops.
Authority FM 91.9.
Yeah, man, DJ, turn that shit up. Shawty, put that on replay. Girl, back that shit up. Bartender, fill up my cup. Cause I came here to party. I ain't looking for love. This first round's on us. We're drinking too much, but it's never enough. It's never enough. We're drinking too much, yeah, this first round's on us. This time around, it's all on me. We go all night, no, we don't get no sleep. Oh no, I feel your energy. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're right here with me. Oh, this time around, it's all on me. We go all night, girl, we don't get no sleep. Oh no, I feel your energy. Baby, come closer, you can lean on me. No, I'm feeling good, it must be Friday. I'm feeling good, it must be Friday. I'm feeling good, it must be okay. I'm feeling good, it must be okay. Hey, Mr. DJ, yeah, turn that shit up. Put that on replay, girl, back that shit up. Oh me, oh my, girl, you're looking like a star, baby, no lie. And you can't resist, yeah, you feel the vibe. We on the wave like a boat ride, let's ride. This first round's on us. We're drinking too much, but it's never enough. It's never enough. We're drinking too much, yeah, this first round's on us. Time around, it's on me. We go all night, no, we don't get no sleep. Oh no, I feel your energy. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're right here with me. Oh, this time around, it's all on me. We go all night, girl, we don't get no sleep. Oh no, I feel your energy. Baby, come closer, you can lean on me. I'm feeling good, it must be Friday. I'm feeling good, it must be Friday. I'm feeling good, it must be okay. I'm feeling good, it must be okay. Hey, Mr. DJ, yeah, turn that shit up. Put that on replay, girl, back that shit up. Oh me, oh my, you're looking like a star, don't lie. You can't resist, girl, it's love. Look at me go, look at me go. Feeling good, it must be Friday. Look at me go, feeling good, it must be okay. Telling myself, look at me go.
Look at me go. Telling myself, look at me.
We run things don't run away when we come through, man, don't call me phone. Bad man we so me come through, yeah, me don't come along. Yeah, she be doing that, yeah. Yeah, for me that shit a no-no. But I ain't mad, it's a no-no. After the club it's a go-go. She from Trinidad and Tobago, and she be loving me, ayo. When I wake up in the morning, wanna wake up next to her, living that life, yo. She's so in love with the streets, that means she's so in love with me. Yeah, she's a freak in the sheets. Yeah, she's a freak for me. Oh, my lover, love the way you make your booty bounce, your booty bounce, your booty bounce. All she want is my love, eh. All she want is good love. When I wake up in the morning, my love, eh. All she want is good love. Girl at morning, girl at night, good love, eh. All she want is my love.
right. She know they let me go. Yeah, she they go all night. She they feel my life. We they go all night. She gives me one more time. Yeah, she they call me. Call. She know they let me go. Yeah, she they do me right. Oh, my lover, love the way you make your booty bounce, your booty bounce, your booty bounce. All she want is good love. All she want is all she want is good love. When I wake up in the morning, my love. All she want is good love. Girl, I'm morning, girl, at night, good love. All she want is my love. She the ride for the boy, good love. All she want is my love. Yeah. I'm in love with you. I'm in love with you. You make me act a fool. You make me act a fool. I'm in love with you.
Authority FM 91.9.
We like it.
Authority 91.9.
91.9.
Hi, this is Michael Jackson.
Authority 91.9 FM.
91.9 FM.
Just order.
I bring you music.
Your music. Always a better variety of continuous favorites.
91.9.
Everyone's making the switch to more music, more Huddersfield.
News, sports, traffic, weather. You can depend on us.
Authority 91.9 FM. Ozubulu, Nnewi.
Let's go. This is your radio. Your station. The music. Never stops.
Authority FM 91.9.
Lost in the mirror. I knew your face once, but now it's unclear. And I can't feel my body now. I separate from here and now. A drug and a dream, a lost connection, all come back to me. So I can feel alive again. My soul and body try to mend. It's pulling me apart this time. Everything is never ending. Slipped into a parallel. We'll never understand. This feeling always gets away. Wishing I could hold on longer. But does it have to feel so strange to be loved?
91.9.
Tell me how many women childhood dreams come to pass. Tell me how many movies turn out real. There are so many questions I'd like to ask, so you can understand exactly how I feel. Tell me how many people wish they were someone else, someone that thinks the world wants them to be. Tell me how many babies will be born just to die, leaving me with these questions asking why. Tell me how the trees whisper, how the birds learn to sing. How does the rainbow stay the same?
It is 9:41, 19 minutes to the hour of 10 p.m. I hope you all are doing well out there. Okay, just to let you know, a short notice. I just want to let you know that at exactly 10 p.m. I'll be coming in here for the Talk to Cam show. And trust me, today is a day you should never ever miss, especially if you're a woman. So if you're married, whether married or single, and of course, if you're a man, you're listening to me, your girlfriend, your wife, tell all of them to tune in. Make sure they are here by 10 p.m. There is no better place to be. Rather, be with me here in Authority 19.9 for the Talk to Cam show that happens every Mondays and every Thursday. Today's Thursday, and today is going to be the bomb. You don't have to go anywhere. No better place to be. Just be with me here at 10 p.m. We are going to have fun, trust me. Okay, keep enjoying your music until I come your way by 10 o'clock.
Where's the youth who's gonna dare? Where's the elder who really cares? Why do people believe things that are true? When you look into the mirror, who do you see? Why do we have to grow to be wise?
You are tuned into
Authority FM
91.9.
I've been drinking. I get filthy when that liquor get it to me. I've been thinking.
Are you heartbroken, deserted, hot, or no one to talk to? Is your spouse making life miserable and you're left with regret as to why you're married? Endless nightmares about your marital status? Are you beginning to think you're cursed because you have been single for a while? Now, there is good news. Those questions will be answered. You will be fulfilled and refreshed again on the program Talk to Nkem, a platform designed for you here in Authority 91.9 FM to attend to all your relationship problems. You can also share your love stories or that which you want to be addressed on 081 599 87241. Please note that the number is strictly for messages. Talk to Nkem, comes up every Mondays and Thursdays, 10 p.m. Indeed, love is a beautiful thing.
This is your radio. Your station. The music. Never stops.
Authority FM 91.9.
You seen my childhood? I'm searching for the world that I come from. 'Cause I've been looking around and lost and found of my heart. No one understands me. Strange eccentricities, 'cause I such elementary things. It's been my fate to compensate for the child I've never known. Have you seen my childhood? I'm searching for that wonder in my youth, like pirates in adventure's dreams, a conquest and kings on a throne. Before you judge me, try hard to love me. Look within your heart, then ask. Have you seen my childhood? People say I'm strange that way, 'cause I love such elementary things. It's been my fate to compensate for the child I've never known. Have you seen my childhood? I'm searching for that wonder in my youth, like fantastical stories to share, dreams I would dare. Watch me fly. Before you judge me, try hard to love me. The pain for youth I've had. Have you seen my child?
I don't even deserve it. What I get, I can't believe I earned it. What you said, I can't believe I heard it. Benefit no matter what the verdict. Oh, I'm all I ever needed. You can cut my limbs like I'm defeated. They grow back if I'm mistreated. In my garden, oh, where I come from, we don't cry over none. I come from where few get a chance to be loved. I travel the world. Where I come from, I just don't have the time to be miserable. Can't you just smile for me? Can't you just smile, baby, for me? Smile, baby, for me. I ain't going after perfect. Every broken wing is not a burden. Baby, don't complain about your hurting, 'cause you know there's always a new person. When your roots are being eaten, just know it's good to be receding. In my garden, in my garden, in my garden, in my garden. Oh, where I come from, we don't cry over none. I come from where few get a chance to be loved. I travel the world. Where I come from, I just don't have the time to be miserable. Can't you just smile for me? Can't you just smile, baby, for me? Smile, baby, for me.
Mama called me just the other day. She said, hello, hello, I'm talking to you, baby. Somebody called me, he come to tell me, say, he see you with Tomoibo. Tell me, are you crazy? Girl, are you foolish? Say you're bad, don't finish, oh. With you, they do it, your coro. Girl, I'm your mother, you know that I know better, oh. But my mama don't know that love don't care who you be, where you dey from. Love don't care at all. Love don't care.
The time check, it is 10 o'clock. And the song before this one just said that love does not care who you are, where you're from. You know, love truly does not care whether you're black or white. Love does not care if you have a big nose, a small mouth, or big eyes. Love does not care. Sometimes love does not even look at your pocket. But I realize that lately in the country at the moment, love actually has eyes. It looks at money. And you know, truly love does not care if a man has money or a woman has money. But it's so mysterious that lately love is growing. It's beginning to open eyes. But in reality, love does not care. Love does not care if you can speak good English. Love does not care if you have all the properties in the world. Love just finds you and remains there, and all you want is just an attraction. Hope you find love very soon if you don't have one. And if you don't have love, you don't have anybody to love you, you are in the right place, because I love you so much. And I'm ready, all willing to help you walk through the journey of finding our true love. Yeah. So I welcome you to the platform where I get together with people who are on a journey of finding love. I welcome you to that platform where I get together with people who already found love, but hey, there are a lot of questions they need answers to. I welcome you to that platform where people allow us to be very real and tell us the truth and how and what, of course, what we need to grow. Welcome to that platform. Welcome to that platform where you are allowed to be yourself. Also allowed to get connected to someone who you have never met before and start a life with him or her. I welcome you. Good evening. My name is Nkem, the radio sweetheart, or as you like to call me, your radio sweetheart. The time check, it is 3 minutes past 10, and I welcome you to this edition. I don't know, this one is going to be so great because I prepared, I had to really, anticipate this edition because it's about the women today, and somehow we might not go totally for women because I had a message that I wasn't able to read on Monday night. In fact, I got that message a few minutes before I left the studio on the official phone line for the Talk to Camp show, and I was so sad. But I had to send a text to the person who sent me the message. I just said, do not worry, I'm going to make sure I read your message today, and I'm going to make sure that we treat it. So we are going to, allow us to talk about this story, the girl's story. And when we are done, I'll now switch, to what we have today. I told you last week, not last week on Monday, I said I'm going to answer the question. A young lady asked me on Monday. She said, Nkem, how do I make a good wife? And that was a question that, if you listen to my program very well, any case I treat, any story I read and I must respond to, indirectly or directly, I must, touch at it. But this lady just came from nowhere and asked me that question, and I felt it was only right for me to answer that question in the most, detailed way possible. And that is why I'm here this night, for us to talk about it. But I told you before we do that, we're going to read a story. We're going to, give our submissions, our opinions to that story before I get to that. Then, just before I came into the studio, I don't know, I think this guy or this, I don't know who sent it, whether he's a guy or a woman. I don't know. I just got the message and she or he said, how do you get your wisdom? Who tells you what to say on air when you come for this program? I chuckled, I just chuckled. Let me tell you the truth. Some of the things I tell us on air, in the Talk to Chem show, all the stories we've been sharing and things I tell us, Some of them, most of them, I will tell you the truth, I like to be very real. Most of them are God given. Some people think you're not married, so how do you get to learn what you tell people on air, or tell people who, I see you make married people come back together and stuff. How do you do that? And my answer is very simple. It's just wisdom from God. Sometimes I'm by myself and something just tells me something and I write it down somewhere, and in reality, another thing that gives me an insight of what I tell all of us on air is that I try to be very, very attentive when I see married people who make it together. Okay, I know a lot of people who are surrounded by married people, but you don't pay attention to details. A lot of people even pay more attention to people who are divorced. But me, for one, anybody who you see me around, especially when they're married, everything they do I look at. I try to look at their success story. I try to know why it worked for them. I use everybody I see who is married as, someone to look up to and someone to learn something from. And by doing that, I learn a lot. And I think, and I hope that answers your question, where does Nkem get her ideas, the wisdom and everything she sees on air during her love programs and her relationship programs? I think that answers it. Most of them are God-given. It just comes. I ask questions and I get answers from God. And then sometimes, basically in real life, all I do is to look out and watch out for those who marriage worked and, try to know why it worked and how it worked. And then I use it as, a stepping stone to know how to make mine work and also make yours work. When you want to be successful, you don't look at people who have failed. You look at people who have succeeded. And that is the only way you can succeed. I welcome you once again. I hope you all are ready. But before we start today, we will just go take something, listen to a quick song, very soft tune. When we come back, we're going to start majorly for what we have today. Remember, I told you we have a pending story we are going to share, which is very interesting. The lady sent it to me and I cannot ignore. Even if I choose to advise her behind the scene or behind the MIC, I will still want for us to read it I want to read it out on air and for everybody to give their own opinion and submissions before we finally go majorly to women this night. I hope you are ready. Okay, so I'll give you this few seconds to actually have something. If you've not had your dinner, probably you're still trying to send your children to bed, you have all the time to do that, because once I come back, we are just going to begin. All right, listen to this one. I'll be right back. Gone for Good by Simi.
Sometimes in our lives,
the word around town is that you're back in town, and I try not to think about it. I try, but it's been so long, and I thought I moved on, but now I really doubt it. I do. I wonder why you even come. It's almost like you're having fun with me. But oh, if I set my eyes on you, it's unavoidable. How come undone? Oh, I thought you were gone for good. So why you have to pull me back? Should be you say you won't be coming back. Oh, damn you, this is really bad. Should be you say you were gone for good. Wait till you do wrong, 'cause you knew all along I was doing okay without you. You know, make I try to move on. Try, your heart is too strong. Can't be with you and can't be without you. Beating me, say I wonder why you even come. Oh, it's almost like you're having fun with me. But so if I set my eyes on you,
Shabi, you said you would not go, and finally you went, and you're telling me you've gone for good. I don't think that's fair enough. Wherever you are, please come back to my arms. I want to have you. I want to have you. I want to look to your eyes or look into your eyes and tell you how much I love you and how much I want to be around you. So please don't go anywhere. Okay, that was motivated by the song that was just I just played by Simi, Gone for Good. I love that young lady. I don't know if you do. I love her music. She inspires me a lot. I love the way she writes her music and how meaningful the lyrics are. Alright, let's get started already. I welcome all of you back. 13 minutes composer of 10 p.m. You're still tuned to your favorite station, Authority 91.9, and I am your girl, Nkem, the radio sweetheart, and you like to call me your radio sweetheart. And this night, I told you, we are going to be looking at something very seriously. I'm going to be answering a question that someone asked me on this show last week, on Monday rather, how to be a good wife. She said, Nkem, please, I want to know, how do I be a good wife? Or how do I become a good wife? That was a question she asked on Monday, and I told her, I promised that I'm going to come back for it today, as I had already something that I was treating on that Monday, so I decided to bring it over to today. But however, I told you also that someone sent me a message that I want us to look at seriously. It is very, very important. We must look at this. And okay, but before I go ahead, please, you guys should permit me to read out this. Good evening, dear. Please, why is it so difficult to find a wife material in a woman? Good evening, dear. Please, why is it so difficult to find a wife material in a woman? Okay. This is a very funny very, very funny one. But thank you for sending me that message. Remember, I told you that what we are going to be treating this night is how to become, or I'm going to be answering this night is how to become a good wife. So I'm going to be exposing us on a lot of things, a lot of things you should know on becoming a good wife. But however, it takes two to tango. You can't be looking for a wife material when you are not a husband material. Probably you are a husband abada, not a material. So if you must look for a wife material, you should also make sure that you are a husband material, because it is just like a magneto. Okay, a magneto cannot magnet something that doesn't have its, that is not attracted to it. Okay, so for me to get attracted to you, that means we share the same quality, or we are almost alike. So if you're out there looking for a woman who is a wifey, a woman who can be a mother to your children, make sure you can also be a father to her children and also a husband to be. So now, for me to answer that question, make sure you are a father potential and also a husband to be. You're near being a good husband and also near being a father to your unborn kids. When you're ready and this is what you really want and this is how you really are, then you will find one. Because I found out that reasons why most men find it very difficult to get women who are, who can be a wife and a mother at the same time, is because they are not also ready. Okay, so when you're ready in getting really a wife, or that's, I don't even know your definition of wife material, because I should also start from there. All right, so you have to be ready to find a woman who is ready. So, and I don't know what you're looking out for. It's possible that some of the things you're looking out for are very materialistic, and that's why you have not found this woman you are looking for. But I wish you luck. Okay, so now to the major story we have this night. Some calls are coming already, but you guys have to chill, okay? Just give me some few minutes. The major story we are going to be sharing this night, before I get to the women's talk, like I told us this night. So if you're ready, I am. Alright, once I'm done sharing the story, you can keep your calls coming. So I'm going to read it verbatim. I'm going to tell you, I'm not going to edit anything. I'm not going to remove. I'm not going to add. I'm just going to read it just the way she sent it to me. Please save a soul. I'm Joy from Abia, but I live in Enugu. I am 20 years old. It all started when I was 18 in my secondary school days when I met this cute guy. We exchanged numbers and we've been getting closer since. I later fell for this guy but didn't know how to tell him. He later fell for me, but this guy told me one day that he wants to become a that he wants to become a Catholic priest as he saw a revelation. The Reverend Father he is living with advised him to go into priesthood, even his parents too. Both of us are very confused now. What do we do? Okay, if you got that correctly, it's just a lady who fell in love with a guy or a cute guy according to her. And along the line, they fell in love and they've been getting closer. Then all of a sudden, the guy out of nowhere just said that he had a revelation to become a priest, a Catholic priest, okay? That he had the revelation to become a Catholic priest, and also a Reverend Father he is living with advised him to go into priesthood. So now the girl is actually very confused as much as the guy. What does she do? Both of them are confused, but I don't see how the guy should also be confused when he said he saw a revelation. But okay, that's why we are here, to do justice to this story. So everyone, keep your calls coming. 080-588-31919 or 080-588-21919. Remember that once it is 11:15, I'll stop taking the calls. And not just because I stopped taking calls at 11:15. I have a lot for us to learn this night. I have a lot to teach this night. So we must just be very fast at everything we are going to do this night. Thank you, everyone. Let me start taking calls then. Hello. Hello, good evening. Hello? Alright, I lost that caller. Hello, good evening to you. Hello? Yes, good evening. Please, can you speak up?
Good evening.
Hello, good evening to you. How are you doing?
Very good, and you?
I'm doing very well, thank God.
How is your day?
I'm doing okay. My day was fine. Yeah, my day was just chilled. I was chilling knowing that I'll be here with you guys this night. So, who am I on to? You say it is who?
Romeo.
Oh, Romeo. Romeo calling all the way from Asaba. Alright, Romeo, go ahead.
Okay, thank you. This is very serious matter.
Yeah.
This is a call from God. It's a call from God. It's true, both of them telling God. For this time now, God called
Hello, go on, I'm listening. Hello, Romeo. Oh, I lost Romeo. Please, Romeo, do you want to call me back? I was interested in what you were saying. Hello.
Hi, Kim.
Hi.
Good evening.
Good evening to you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You're doing right.
Yeah, been a while. Who am I on to, first of all?
Ozubulu is my name again.
Oh, Ozubulu, where have you been? Like, it's been ages.
I've been around, my dear. Don't mind me.
It's okay. Good to have you here.
How are you doing?
I'm doing very well, thank God. I'm very great. Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay.
How about
you?
Alright.
Sorry?
You're doing very well, I guess.
Yes, I'm fine. Thank you for your concern.
Alright. So, Ozubulu, what do you have to say this night?
Yes, it's obvious that the guy is no longer interested in her. Maybe he did not know how to tell her that he's no longer interested. He decided to use that way. But if it is true that he wants to be a reverend father, well, nobody will stop that, not even the girl herself. So what the girl will do is to I know that it's not easy, someone you love so much.
Yeah.
But she has no choice and to let him go.
Okay.
We both of them are not meant to be together. So she should just let him go.
And for you, you feel the earlier the better.
Yes, the earlier the better, exactly.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, alright?
Don't go anywhere just yet. Okay, just hang on. Keep listening till I say goodnight to you officially, alright? Alright, bye. Good to have Obi. It's been a long while. All of you who I have stopped hearing your voice in a long time, I hope you're back from the Christmas break because we have just started, okay? Alright, the numbers to call still remain 0805 88 31919 or 0805 88 21919. Hello? Yeah, please, can you speak up? Please, can you speak up so that I can hear what you are saying? Right, please, I'm gonna have to let you go. I'm trying so hard, but I'm not hearing anything at all. Hello. Turn down the volume of your radio set. Hello. Please, I need a strong, very strong signal this night. Okay, please. We do not have time to rest on this particular issue. We need to, get it over with and go on to the next one. Please, network, allow us. Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Good evening.
Yeah, this is Romeo. I called back.
Oh, Romeo. Okay, you were saying something before the network. Right, okay, now you're back. Go ahead.
What I'm trying to say is this, we call from God.
Alright.
We call from God.
Okay.
There's nothing anyone can do to change it.
Okay.
The young girl should try and understand the young man.
No, the man has not said anything. The man is just as confused as she is.
Tomorrow, they get married tomorrow. I mean, they are bound to regret it because once God calls somebody, let them think about what happened to Noah when God called Noah. Noah was trying to run away from God. But at the end, it was still something what happened to Noah.
Hello? Okay, I think, hello? I lost Romeo again. I lost him again. Romeo, I'm very sorry. Do well to call me back, alright? Thank you. Hello? Hello? Yeah, hi. Good evening. Please, can you speak up if you can?
Yes,
Chisom, please, can you speak up so that I can hear you and every other person who is listening to us? Go. Yeah, so... You're calling from where? From Delta? Uga. Oh, Chisom, all the way from Uga. Alright, welcome on board, alright? Thank you for calling in. Go ahead, what's your submission? Okay, the guy should go ahead with becoming a priest. Okay, what about the girl? What do you think or what do you expect of her? Okay, so you mean to say that this particular one is not her own person? Okay, alright. Thank you. Huh? You have a problem? Hello? You say you have a problem?
I want to share.
Do you want to do it now?
Yes.
Alright, go ahead.
I have a guy that has been friends
Okay.
for about 4 months now.
Okay.
Today, talking about marriage. But the guy has an anger.
He has anger issue.
He gets anger easily.
Okay.
He gets anger like this. You can't tell me. So I don't know what that should.
Alright. Just cut the call and listen to what I will have to advise you so you don't burn your airtime. Oh? This is if if you listen to me over and over and over again, if you were a fan or you listened last year, you will know that sometimes when I treat issues like this what brings me to asking a lot of people, what do you want from in a man, or what do you want from in a woman? So now, Chisom, you met a guy who has been asking you out, and to God be the glory, he let you know a part of him, because a lot of guys will pretend. You will never know that part until you get married. So now you observed and you noticed, and also he showed you a part of him which you find rather uncomfortable. He gets angry really, really quick, and when he does, it's really very dramatic and drastic. Okay, Chisom, I don't know your own temperament. I don't know what you want from a man. But if you have looked and you have checked very well that out of everything you've written you wanted from a man, that this guy, he passed all of them except that one, that you can cope, that you're a more tolerating person, your temperament, you're very accommodating, that you can go on the basis that he's not a violent person, fine. But if you check very well, amongst the things you want and you are praying for, just like me in a man, is a man who is very peaceful. A man who is very, very peaceful. I think it might not work. But if you check very well, you realize that, okay, you don't mind if he gets angry. Hence, you will know how to control him when he gets angry. Then it's fine. But I think now he has shown you that part of him. It is time for you to decide whether you want to continue or not. But I tell you, the earlier you make that decision, the better. I won't tell you, oh, don't go, because he has not hit you. He didn't beat you. He didn't slap you. He didn't do anything of that sort, okay? And we seeing his angry side and, complaining about that, that doesn't mean he doesn't have other good sides. So if you look at his good sides and you see that it is all, it can take over that anger issue, that's fine. But if you look at it and you see that it's something that as a human being you cannot bear, you cannot carry, my sister, now is the time for you to just peacefully tell him that it cannot work and go ahead. Because anything you see now and you accommodate it, please don't try to change him when he gets married or when you get married to him. If you cannot say no now and get married to him, when you get married, don't try to change him, because you already saw it. He showed you. He didn't pretend about getting angry or being an angry person. You could help him work on it, but do not expect a total change. But if you see that it's something that you cannot work on, that maybe along the line he might start hitting you, now is the time for you to say no and don't continue with that marriage. I hope with this few points of mine, I've been able to give you an advice that will, do you a long way. Okay, thank you. Good evening to you. All right, I lost that call. Please, the numbers to call still remains 0805883119 or 0805882119. Keep your calls coming. Remember, we have a lot to talk about today. So once it is 11:15, I'll stop taking calls. Now is the time for you to call me. Yeah, aside the story which we are treating, you feel there is something very pertinent you want to ask me. Just like my last caller, do well to do that. I'm here for you and I'm going to make sure I answer you as much as possible. Thank you. Hello, good evening. Hello? Hello? Wow, network. I'm not having a very strong signal this night. Please do not forget that you can equally send your messages to this number, 0815998724 0815998724. Keep your messages coming if you feel or you're having really big challenges trying to call me and you want to contribute to what we are talking about this night. Hello. Good evening to you. Hello. Hello.
Hello. Good evening.
Yes, good evening to you.
My name is Ifan from Owo.
Ifan, you're calling from where?
Owo, Ondo State.
Okay, Owo, Ondo State. Wow, Ifan, you're welcome on board.
Thank you.
All right, Ifan, you go.
and the man does not like that girl.
Okay.
That's why you may say that to waste him for marrying and to make not marry the people.
Okay.
So you have to take courage and look for this own need.
Okay.
That is my own opinion.
Wow, thank you. Calling all the way from Ondo State. Thank you. But don't just go to bed not soon. Right, when you're done giving your own contributions, please just stay there and listen to other people give their own contributions, and and also hear my own version of what we are sharing this night. Okay, thank you, everyone. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening to you. How are you doing?
I'm fine.
You sound really fine, thank God. So who am I on to?
This is Vincent Chikwado.
Okay, Chikwado, where are you calling in from?
From Okija.
Alright, welcome to the Talk to Cam show. Go ahead now.
Yeah, my contribution and my advice to the girl is to stay aside, because the guy has already made up his mind to get into the priesthood, and then let the guy tell the girl clearly what he has in mind, so that the girl will move on with his life.
Okay.
Yeah, that is it.
Alright, thank you very much, Chikwado. Enjoy the rest of your night while you listen to us here. Right?
Yeah.
Good night.
Yeah, good night.
Bye. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening to you. How are you doing?
Good evening. I am Esther from Nnewi.
Alright, Esther, you sound really great. Alright, go on.
I wanted to contribute on that aspect where the girl and a guy and a girl is dating, and all of a sudden the guy was saying he wants to enter
into priesthood. So yeah, go on.
Hello, on that aspect, if the guy is actually very sure that he has that vision, that the voice he had was really, he confirmed it, that it is the voice of God that is talking to, let him not listen to the parents and the guardian. Let him choose his own career by himself to know what
he wants. Okay.
Yes. Hello.
Yeah, I'm listening to you there. I'm listening.
I'm not hearing you where you are. This thing is your voice.
I'm listening. I said go on. I'm listening.
Hello.
I am listening to you. Hello.
Okay. If that boy actually know that he really has the call on that aspect, let him go to what God told.
Okay. All right. Hello.
Are you not hearing me?
I can. I'm hearing you very loud and clear.
Then if it is not from God that the parents were just pushing him into that, let him not go because the parents are pushing him. Let him decide by himself what God is telling him to do and do it. Then let the girl give him chance to choose his mind for himself, not the girl that will choose for. Let him give him chance. Let her give him chance for that.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much for your contribution. Well accepted. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Keep listening. Don't go anywhere just yet. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Bye. Okay, if you're just joining us, you are so welcome. Yeah, welcome, everybody. Welcome. I love all of you. I love you all. I love you so much. I can't stop saying that. It is the Talk to Cam show here in Authority 91.9, and tonight we share the story of a young lady and a young guy who are in a relationship, but all of a sudden the guy said he got a revelation from God that he should be a Catholic priest. And also, while he was having that revelation, his parents and a reverend father he is living with still told him the same thing. Now he's thrown into confusion alongside the girlfriend. What does he do? He has a girlfriend already, and now he has a revelation to become a Catholic priest, and also a reverend father he's living with is also telling him the same thing. What do you think is the best and the right thing for this young man and this young woman to do at this point? Keep your calls coming 080-588 31919 or 080-588 21919. Hello, good evening to you. Yeah, hello. Good evening to you. How are you doing? Yeah, you sound really fine. Do I need you to speak up a bit, please?
I'm fine.
Yeah, better. All right. Your name and where you're calling in from?
My name is Susan.
Susan, where are you calling in camp from this night?
Calling from Delta, Obashi.
All right. Susan, go ahead. What is your opinion?
Well, my opinion is if God can call you, I advise you.
Okay.
This is very sure.
Okay.
Go for the peaceful. And then I'm just putting in this. You know, we have an Anglican church. There's also peace.
Okay.
And they get married.
Okay, no, this is a Catholic priesthood we're talking about, no Anglican.
Okay.
Yes, it was well defined.
You should just answer the call.
Okay.
You should not deny.
All right. Thank you, Suzanne. Thank you. Stay right there. Don't go anywhere just yet, okay? Yeah, bye. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening to you, sir. Good evening.
This is Thomas, call from Owuraja.
Oh, tallest. I hope you're taller than I am.
Yeah.
I don't think you are. I am very tall, quite tall. Right, that's a joke, okay? That's a joke. Good evening.
There's no problem. There's no problem. I entered because of issue of Chisom.
Okay, Chisom. Okay, Chisom. All right, go on.
Please allow me to speak Igbo so that the girl will understand me very well.
Wano Ganiri o?
So you were the answer Igbo because the girl will water open because now we cannot English about Tatiana and the more of English you have and what kind of is going you move Igbo of ma can the second swallow Igbo. Then the work can call Igbo. Like your notice in the guy we walk being a guy in a area and do not like the character. Open the handler of the boy. You have that boy to go his way of now because you will do life hard. Only you can check the environment of other things. Open the guy to 100% in the issue. But and as of now, or there will be the environment of that. The awful sick all by way. We had to cool with that he walk attracted. All of his walk out the carry him down there. And they don't come anything at all, then the problem has already come. And the problem done. We catch woman who pull aka on us or regret the marriage. Then open only the guy who could the temper of that boy. Get the record open or he could. Have that boy or Tony Dabu his personality. See, in the Museum, I can't come where even one of Greece or the make you understand the end of. Thank you very much. So, this is my submission this night.
Thank you. Oh, you kukwanki kuboyeto alizliani Igbo, you know, isi kisusia ni bukowe water of ma.
That what I'm really completely because now you are
it's okay. Thank you very much for calling in. I appreciate you for calling. All right.
Yes, no problem. I like your program. May God bless you.
Amen. Thank you.
Yeah.
Good night.
Yeah.
All right. He was actually reacting to what I was telling Chisom. Chisom was a lady who called her, and after her contribution, she asked me a question about getting married to a guy who is coming for her hand in marriage, but he is very hot-tempered, okay? And I told her, if you cannot handle it, if you know it's not one of the things you're looking out for in a man, you better let it go, okay? You should only look for a battle or look for, the confines of what you can handle should be what you are looking out for. Okay, so if you cannot handle a man who is very quick to temper, just allow him to go. So that was the same thing our last caller called to say, but just he decided to be use his own native dialect, okay, to make sure that she understands very well. All right, I should just go on with taking some of our calls. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening, sister.
Good evening to you, brother. How are you doing?
I'm fine.
You sound fine but tired.
Okay. This is Mr. Onyebunam calling from Asaba.
Mr. Onyebunam calling from Asaba. All right, go ahead, Mr. Onyebunam. Oh, network. Please, Mr. Onyebunam, do well to call me back. I'm expecting your call, okay? Thank you. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, hi.
Good evening.
Good evening to you. Please, can you speak up?
Hello? Can you hear me?
I was trying to speak up.
Okay, good evening.
Good evening to you, sir. How are you doing?
I'm okay. And you? How are you doing, madam?
Yeah, I'm fine, sir. Thank God. All right, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, this is Genius from Opana speaking with you.
Where is Opana?
Opana in Delta State.
Okay, Opana in Delta State. Oh, thank you for corrections. All right, go on.
Yeah, I want to speak on the first
story
problem you detailed here concerning the guy going into the seminary school.
Yeah.
My advice to the guy is for him to just follow his mind. Though he hasn't decided, I believe the guy was the one reporting this issue now, right?
Yeah, she was the one who sent me the message, yeah.
Okay. So if actually the guy is very serious with the calling, let him just focus, understand. And believe in me, that girl now, she's still a young girl.
20 years old.
Yeah, 20 years.
Yeah, that was what she sent in the message, yes.
Okay, so she's still a young girl. She has a very long way to go.
Okay.
So she shouldn't start disturbing herself with that now. Though I know the love is there, but she can still see someone else. God get for her,
Yeah.
So she should just bear it, wait for the right guy for her.
Okay.
Because God has taken the guy from him, and God will eventually bring
somebody better.
Yeah, for her.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right. Keep listening. Don't go anywhere just yet. Bye.
Yeah, I'm still listening. I'm enjoying it.
All right. Thank you. So before I go on to picking calls, a lot of us are sending messages to the number we are calling with. Okay, please, I beg you, stop sending messages to the phone lines. If you must send me a message on the Talk to Cam show, please, the number to always send me your message is 081 599 87241. Whatever message you want to send me about our program, Talk to Cam, whatever love message you want to ask me, something you want to ask me privately, just keep sending the messages to 081 599 87241. Please stop sending them to the phone lines, okay? Thank you. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, good evening.
Thank you very much. Are you hearing me?
Yeah, I am. Thank you.
My name is Michael Angel.
Michael Angel. All right, go ahead, Michael.
I'm calling from Frederick.
All right, go ahead.
One is for the young girl and the young boy to understand what love is. For them, this one said, as this one felt for me and this one felt for me at the age of 20. I think it's not all that good. They have to reason and think for some other thing they have to do with their life. So, that's one. Then another thing I want to say is this. When you love somebody, I think the person you love, you have to support him in anything good you want to do, or anything good you want to do.
So everyone saying that they are planning of getting married to stop the young boy from doing what he says that God wants him to do. And there are some things I think it's a risk for them because sometimes when they say they love themselves, sometimes I call it love, not love.
Okay.
I call it love. No, they're too young. So if they can keep lusting after themselves, the man will just get into do something before you know what is happening. That love will come back again and they start messing up their life.
Okay.
Some people be talking, blaspheming God through them. So the best thing they have to do is to take care of themselves. The young girl, the first thing to ask her is, are you in school? You are 20, are you in school? You are planning yourself for somebody that wants to be a reverend father. And the one that said he wants to be a reverend father, maybe will be at the same age with him. So you have to, mature and teach Nigerians. They are so young. They start talking about nonsense, this stupid love they call, this stupid love they call love. So I think maybe if they are listening, let them plan and know what to do with their life. And the young man that said that he wants to be a reverend father, let him go on with what he said he wants to do. He wants to be. So the one that is there complaining that he fell for me and that fell for him should shut up their mouth and think about something reasonable to do with their life. Go to school, graduate.
Okay, sir. Wait, sir. Please, I would not really allow us to judge these people because you don't know them. You've not heard from the guy's part. You don't know how old he is. And the young lady, who knows? She must have probably graduated or she's in school. And anyway, even if she wants to get married, I think to an extent that's her choice. Okay, maybe right now what we should do is to give them advice if we have, and not to judge them. Please.
Okay, my advice for them is, the young man should go on with his life, and the young girl should just wait. Maybe one day God will give him their own revelation.
Yeah, all right. Thank you.
Okay.
All right, please, before we go further, I would like for everybody to please have it at the back of their mind that in the Talk to Kem show, you don't judge anybody, okay? Once people have confided in me in sending me a message and expecting an advice from me, which I read out to us to do that together, I wouldn't welcome anybody coming to judge them or call them names, okay? Please, if you have any candid advice, just drop it and go. Do not start being abusive and making judgmental statements. I wouldn't welcome that. Thank you, everybody. But before we go further and to take care of the tension here in now, we should just go for a quick musical break. Let's go take something from Johnny Drill, Romeo and Juliet. Remember, I told you all that we have something really interesting to talk about this night. Something really interesting. We're going to be talking about ladies, okay? Everyone who wants to get married and be peaceful in their marriage, or you're already married but there are some things you feel you are not doing right. Today we're going to learn all of that together. So for now, permit me, let's go for a quick musical break. I will be right back. Keep listening, don't touch the dial or move the muscle. I'll be back.
This love's not for you and me. Be my Juliet and I'll be your Romeo, my love. It's the hand of God, now him bring you to me. It's indescribable what you mean to me. Would you be my Juliet and I'll be your Romeo? Would you be my Juliet and I'll be your Romeo? My love, oh. And when the stars come out at night, I'll think about you, my love, empty and I will find you everywhere you go. And like Chuck and Jake, our love will never grow. Please be my Juliet and I'll be your Romeo. My love, oh yeah, yeah. Would you be my Juliet and I'll be your Romeo? My love, my love. And when the stars come out tonight, I'll be thinking about you, my love, my love. And in the dark I see your lovely eyes. Darling, you are my light, you are my love. Take my hand and walk with me, my love. Just say what you want and I'll get it for you, my love. Take my all, I give it all, and take it back. All I want is your love. You can take my all, I give it all, and take it back. All I want is your love. All I want is your love. Oh yeah.
Love is a beautiful thing. Will you be my Romeo? Let me be your Juliet. I need someone to answer that question. Would you be my Romeo? Let me be your Juliet. Alright, I welcome you back. It is still the Talk to Cam show here in Authority 19.9. I hope you enjoyed that song coming from John Drill, Romeo and Juliet. The time check, it is 10:55, 5 minutes to the hour of 11 p.m. And remember that once it is 11 o'clock, I will stop taking calls. Once it is 11:15, I will stop taking calls. I told you I have a lot for us to talk about this night, okay? So, and I need time to enumerate some of those things I need to. So, I will just keep taking calls. Once it is 11:15, I'll stop taking your calls. And please, for all of you who are trying to call the line for messages, please can you just stop it? I love you all. Okay, let's behave well. If I give out a number for messages, don't try calling it. The number, they will buy your number if you don't stop. And if you know the number for calling, just call. Just let's do the right thing. All right, come on, let's start with our calls now. Hello, good evening.
Hey, finally.
Good evening to you. You know, why was that, see the exclamation, finally. Okay, so finally what? Hello?
5 times.
Oh, I'm very, very sorry. I'm sorry about that.
I didn't send you a text message. I sent a text message. I don't want to pick my call. I'm not happy with you.
I'm sorry. Hope you're happy with me now. Okay? Come and take a hug. I'm sorry. Alright, so who's on the radio this night?
It's Peter. Peter, your boy.
Peter. Oh,
yeah.
Peter, were you the one I wasn't taking his call? Child.
Yes,
I've done you bad thing. No, go sorry. Alright, so Peter, go on now.
I want to contribute on that your mission last on Monday that it was really like how to make a good wife.
Yeah, I've not even started with that. I'm going to start with that by 11:15.
But let me just contribute my own because I want to sleep now.
No, you not sleep by fire by fire.
Okay. See, yeah, what I believe in this life now, once you are good in your mother's house, because the society begins at home. A good child will never complain on that. And in fact, if even though as a good somebody, a good girl, you will never find it difficult in your to make a good wife in your husband's house.
But you know, being a good girl, being a good woman is different from being a good wife.
Yeah, but there's one thing hard. The most important thing that you find your partner, the one that understands you, that will help you.
That is why you don't have to sleep. You have to be awake, all right? Because being a good woman is different from being a good wife. Those are two different things.
The one that said that you want to become a father.
Yes, that is the issue at hand.
Sorry for the girls. She better go and marry or better go.
Peter, you've come to amuse me this night, right? Hello?
Oh, you did someone at the end of the process of it, you see that you have invitation, you want to become 11 please.
Revelation happens now.
But not at that process now. You should, okay, better tell the girl one time, let them divorce. Divorce one time. Just tell the girl that this is what you want. Tell the girl the truth. What you want. You know, tell the girl what you want. That is most important. And stop fooling the person all up and down.
All right. Thank you, Peter. Please don't go to bed yet, okay? All right.
Yeah,
Bye. Peter has just amused me this night. It's okay. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, good evening.
Hi, good evening.
Hi, how are you doing?
I am good. My name is George. I'm calling from Nnewi.
You say your name is what?
My name is George. I'm calling from Nnewi.
Clinton.
George.
Okay, I'm sorry, I'm not getting the name, but just go ahead. Yeah, hello? Oh, I lost him. Please do want to call me back. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi. Hello.
Yeah, this is Livinus. Calling from Malaysia.
This is who?
Livinus.
Oh, Livinus calling from Oraifite. Alright, go on.
Okay. Well, let me contribute to the issue of the Reverend Father Jack.
Alright.
What is important thing is to know that priesthood is not a game. The truth is this thing that he has poured his hand on that girl. I don't think that priesthood is there, but if you say it's the liberation that the elevate that is going to become a Reverend Father, we know truly that he's going there for that purpose. I don't think that there will be the person to disturb him not to go. Because God said before any other thing.
Yeah.
He just uses so much and make him not to take it. God knows. My contribution is because you're still a young girl anyway. You can find a better partner. But if you go, you know that what you say when you know yourself more than anything, then you can go to the very end of God and make yourself good because those are the best. So what he's trying to do is the best and even but if you know that they can, let him tell himself sit and stand with the girl and have started with stuff. So that's it. Except if you know that he's going there from genuine, let the girl look for a share. And God says the girl will find a better partner. So that's the hard part for them.
Alright, thank you very much, Livinus. Thank you. Yeah, bye. Alright, give you a call me. You remember the time is ticking very fast. I just have less than 40 minutes to take your calls and get to what we have today. So please, you quickly start calling. The numbers to call still remains 080-588-21919 or 080-588-31919. Hello.
Hello, Kim.
Yes, ma. Good evening.
Good evening. Longest time.
Yeah, long time. Where have you been?
Well, thank God I guess you don't know what the fight, why they call you.
I'm very sorry, you. Kai, am I now how to get? Am I visa? Alright, good to know you're here.
You don't understand now.
I'm very sorry. I'm here now. I won't go again. I'm here. Oh?
Wow, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you there. Happy New Year.
Wow.
Yeah. Hope you're doing great anyway. Oh, we were just able to exchange pleasantries and she wasn't now able to talk. Please call me. The pleasantries, it's not enough. Please, I want to still hear your voice. The last caller, please do want to call me back. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, hi. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening to you. You're talking to me with your bedroom voice. Please, can you speak up? You're not talking to me alone. We are plenty.
Hello.
Hi.
This is Austin from Anambra.
Yeah, Austin, I said you're talking to me with a bedroom voice. And I'm not the only one you're talking to, so just please raise your voice a little bit more.
Sorry.
Yeah, go on now, Austin.
Okay.
on the issue of the guy who said that he really wants to be a reverend father. So one thing he or she have to understand that what is do it on your own project.
One
You
thing
have
what?
to understand that once he has a call, you have to go for your call. Then if you don't have a call, then go for someone that you are dying for.
Okay.
So no one should deceive each other.
All right, thank you. Should we go to the messages? Yes, we should, please. Let's not cheat people who have sent us messages. All right, this one says, "Good evening, madam. I am Mr. James from Asaba. My advice to the young lady is to quietly leave the boy to answer the call of God, no matter how handsome he may be, and look for another person to marry, because one adage stated that beautiful ones are not yet born." Thank you. So some of our callers, you guys have to just calm down. Let me read some messages, okay? So this one is saying, "My name is Frank. How can I keep my girl with sex till I get married to her? Should I edge with her?" Seriously, Frank, I don't seem to understand the content of your message. Please do send them back or send it back. Alright, please. I really do not understand that message. So I have this one. "Hello, my name is Okeke Ikenna from Agulu. My advice is, if the guy is so sure that God called him, he should explain to the girl what is going. Then the girl should not try to stop him to avoid punishment from God. So since she is still 20 years, she should focus on her education before she graduates. She must find another guy. Thank you." Wow, there are a lot of messages here. And this is Starboy from Fege. Please, I want to understand the title of the story before my contribution. Alright, I'm going to take a recap. And this one is saying, "I'm Daniel John texting from about what's the song title on the background before you started?" Okay, that's John Jill, Romeo and Juliet. Okay, John Jill, Romeo and Juliet. Alright, please everyone, I'll just read this one and go to the calls. "Good evening, Kem. I'm Treasure from Idaton North in Imo State. Since the guy says he has a revelation and he is very sure, then he should go for it. But to my fellow girl, though older than me, I think she should wait for God. Okay, she should wait for God's time. I love you." Oh, I love you too, Treasure. I really do love you. Okay, let's go to the calls. Hello, good evening.
Hello. Good
Yeah.
evening. I'm Helen. I'm calling from Awada.
You say you're who?
Helen.
Helen. Oh, what a wonderful name you have there. All right, Helen, quickly, what have you called? Tell us differently.
Okay. My own advice is that if the guy is really sure that he had a call, he should go ahead and enter seminary and become a reverend father. But if he's not really sure, if it is that we want to deceive the lady because he has seen her in and out, my dear, I advise the boy to come back home. I advise her to go back to the girl, because it's no good to break anybody's heart. It's no good at all. So for the lady, my own advice to her is that he should take heart. If it is how God really wants it, she should take heart and let the will of God be done in her life.
All right.
Advice to her.
Thank you. Bye. All right, please. I think we're cheating people who are sending us messages. Let's still go to the messages and see what we have here. This one is saying, "Hi, I'm lady 25 years old. I really need your advice on this. I actually want a relationship without sex, but it doesn't seem to work." Okay, this particular thing you're saying, I was supposed to treat something relating to this on Monday next week. I don't know if you can be patient with me for Monday, okay? Monday, there is something we're seriously going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about sex, okay? Especially sex before marriage. We're going to be talking about sex and what people think about sex before marriage and what it does to us. Okay, so please, I beg you to just give me Monday. We are going to be strictly discussing sex and what it is and what it is not. Okay, so thank you, be patient with me. I don't want to start talking about it today because I won't end if I start talking about it. Thank you. All right, this one is saying, my name is Mike, texting from Okija. My advice for the girl is to find another guy and leave that guy to continue with the priesthood call. Thank you. Okay, that was simple and straight to the point. This one is saying, I'm Sonia from Asaba. My contribution is they should talk about how the girl will feel. Can they still talk about the girl and not only the boy? Thank you. Yeah, I noticed that sometimes when we raise an issue, then they just keep talking about the boy, and then they don't talk about the girl. So Sonia from Asaba is saying, what happened to the girl? Let's talk about the girl. All right, keep it calls coming, people. All right, please do want to call me back, and remember to turn down the volume on your radio set. Our time is just very fast. I don't know, today everything is just running, and we don't have all the time in the world today. Why? I was thinking today time will crawl, but unfortunately it is just ticking so fast. All right, keep your calls coming. 11:09. We just have a few minutes to 11:15, and I'll stop taking calls. But I'll try and see what I can do before then. Hello.
Hello. Good evening.
Evening to you, sir. Welcome on board.
Yeah, this is Senator Colin from Okija.
Oh, Senator, welcome on board, Senator. Hope you're representing us well.
Very well. Well, my own advice for the girl is just to let the guy be.
Okay.
Find another person to just continue the relationship. For the guy, if he is serious that the call is really what he needs, he should go and ready with the calling and enter the seminary school.
All right. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Good evening.
Good evening, ma.
Good evening to you, ma. How are you doing?
My name is Chikodile. I'm calling from Nnewi.
All right, Chikodile calling from Nnewi. All right, just go ahead.
I want you to advise me on this issue.
All right, just go on.
This I'm dating for since 2 years now. So
you've been dating for how many years?
Huh?
You've been dating for how many years?
2 years.
2 years, okay.
So now, last year, the guy now told me, no, I saw the picture of one girl on her phone, on his phone. So the girl now asked me about what is the meaning of all these pictures I saw on this your phone. You know, told me that this guy is the person that is in love with him also. That he knew the girl before he knew that he lost his contact for many years. But now the girl called her back and now got the contact. And
hello? Hello?
Yes, I'm hearing.
All right, go on.
So the man told me that he still loved the girl and he loved me also. So my advice.
Okay, he's saying that he loves you and loves the girl. That was what he opened his mouth to tell you.
Yes.
My love, I don't need to tell you much. The only thing I need to tell you is that he does not deserve you. Just take a walk and make sure you don't walk back to that relationship again, okay?
I didn't get you.
I said it is very simple. The boy does not deserve you. He does not know what he wants, and you don't need such guy. Any guy who does not know what he wants does not deserve to be with a pretty girl like you. Okay, I don't need to say you to know that you're pretty. You're very deserving. Don't allow a guy to make you less than you feel or less than you are. You're a woman who God has created beautiful. Stop allowing small boys to, because I call them small boys because they don't know what they want. So it's only a man who does not know what he wants, is indecisive and saying he loves two women at the same time. So please, my love, I would advise you, I don't need to talk much about that. Please take a walk. He does not deserve you, and make sure that guy does not come back again, because these are people who confuse and bring a lot of stagnation in your relationship or in your life. Okay, please take a walk. That guy does not deserve you, and end it there. Okay, we just have I just have 3 minutes to take call. Remember, I told you we have a lot to talk about, and I must answer to this message that was sent to me that we have been discussing. So I really need time. So once it is It is 11:15. I'll just stop taking some calls. Okay, please, everybody, just bear with me. Thank you. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Evening to you, sir.
My name is Emmanuel calling from Awada.
All right, Emmanuel calling from Awada. Go on.
Calling.
Pardon?
Everybody call. What I want to say about the day that have a revelation is that both married people still have revelation and they worship God.
Okay.
If you have been dating a girl for long and then they suddenly receive a revelation, you can still marry the girl and equally worship God.
Okay.
To avoid becoming a priest and tomorrow you start assaulting some ladies. It is better you marry people first. You must not be a priest before you worship God or answer God's call.
Okay.
That's what I want to say.
Thank you. You've spoken so well. Okay. Thank you very much. Have a good night rest. The time is ticking. I just have a minute, so this will be my last call, and then I'll go over to a lot of things I said we are going to be discussing this night. Okay. Hello. Oh, our last caller ran away, so maybe I'll just squeeze in this one. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Good evening. Welcome. You are my last caller.
Yes. I've been trying your number for so long.
Oh, I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry.
Good evening.
Good evening to you, ma.
Hello.
Yeah, good evening. I'm here.
Yes.
All right.
Okay, my name is Chamaka. Hello.
Yeah, Chamaka. Where are you calling in from?
I'm calling from Nnewi.
All right, Chamaka, go on.
Okay, now my contribution is this. Nobody actually knows what the boy's intention is.
Exactly.
People don't mind. Yes, people don't mind lying with God's name, but then we are nobody to judge him because we don't know what his intention is or if really he had a revelation.
Okay.
Now, if the boy actually had a revelation, my candid advice to the girl is just to forget about him.
Okay.
And move on with her life.
Okay.
But either way, whether he had a revelation or not, or maybe it's just his own way of telling the girl, I'm fed up, I can't continue with this.
All right.
The girl still has to leave either way.
Okay.
She's still 20 and she still has a whole lot of time. Not that this time is on her side, but at least she can. There are so many people out there
that
are waiting for her. Probably this person is not actually the person she's destined to be with.
Okay.
So my advice is just for her to pick up the pieces of her life or move on with her life.
Okay.
And just move on as if nothing happened.
Okay.
And we got on her side. She's still going to meet her dream man. The person is going to accommodate her and not tell her stories.
Yeah. Thank you very much. What's your name
again?
Your name?
Okay.
Your name?
My name is Chamaka.
Oh, Chamaka. Thank you. You've spoken so well. I'm bold. Thank you. I appreciate you for calling in.
Okay.
All right. Good night.
Anytime.
But don't go anywhere yet. All right.
Okay.
Bye.
Okay.
Okay, so fortunately, this is where I'm going to quit with taking calls. So I'm very sorry, everyone. Very, very sorry. If there is any other thing you want to tell me, just quickly go send it to me as a message, okay? Maybe before I round off with what I'm saying and talking about this night, I'll still quickly react on them, okay? So if there is any other thing you want to tell me, there is something you really feel is consequential, you should tell me. Please quickly call and send them to this number 081 599 87241. For emphasis, 081 599 87241. That is the number where you can send me message and I will receive and read them no matter how long it is, okay? I will always react to them, and if it's something that is urgent, I need to call you, I will definitely call you. So everyone, it is 17 minutes gone past the hour of 11 p.m. I thank you so dearly for calling in. I thank you so dearly. You guys make me a lot what I am today. I really do appreciate. Thank you. So quickly before I go to what I told you I prepared for this night, which is a question somebody asked me on Monday. Nkem, how do I make a good woman? Please, I would like for everybody to just stop calling me. Okay, maybe I should just because I get distracted when you guys call and I'm talking. So thank you, everyone. I had to just take down the phone so that I'll stop getting distracted. I told you if there is anything that is so important you still want to talk to me about, just send them to me as as a message. I will definitely read and react to them. So I said a young lady asked me a question on air on Monday via a message. She said, "How do I make a good wife?" And I realized that a lot of time I try to treat stories, or maybe I try to react to the stories I get every day, that some people just need it to be enumerated to them, because day to day on air I read stories, and when I'm trying to round off I always try to tell you the do's and don'ts and what you should do to eradicate this particular situation. Okay, but I feel a lot of people still want it to be enumerated to them one by one, tip by tip. Okay, so by God's grace, I might have to do that this night, though we have a lot. Okay, becoming a good wife is something that is very elaborate. It is broad. It's not something that you can just treat in 1 hour or 30 minutes and finish it. But by God's grace, I highlighted the very pertinent ones, the ones that are very, very important, that it's a gateway to becoming a good woman or a good wife while married. Okay, but before I go for that, I will have to react to that message about the young girl and the guy who had the revelation of becoming a reverend father. First of all, I would like for every lady and every guy who is under the sound of my voice to know that, first of all, we don't know the condition of their dating. That is why I ask sometimes when somebody tells me she is dating or he's dating, I'll ask you, with what intention? What is your intention? A lot of people date for dating's sake, and you'll not blame the guy if he walks away tomorrow, or the girl if he walks away tomorrow, because there was no definition of what you guys are doing. Okay, so that you're dating a guy tomorrow and he makes up his mind to become something else or to date somebody else, you don't kill him. You guys didn't get into a contract. It was definitely a feeling that sprung up and you guys start catching feelings. But why dating or before dating? Did he tell you, or did you guys say that you guys are going to get married? It's your relationship, marriage intended. A lot of people are on a journey without destination. And when you are on a journey without destination, you can never get to any place. You can never get to any there, because everywhere is where for you. Everywhere is where. So first of all, I would like to tell and correct something. And I'm telling every single lady who is under the sound of my voice, and every single guy, before you get into a relationship with a guy, please, it is very important that before you start catching feelings, before you start having sex, before you start doing some of the things you do, you should find out and know what is this relationship about. Because that is the only time you can have a stance on what is happening. Like in this case now, if this young girl and this young guy agreed ab initio that they were going to get married, and he started having this revelation, maybe there is a need for the girl to get worried. But if it was just two people who started dating on a journey without a destination, I don't see any reason why the girl should be paranoid or the guy should be paranoid, because it was just like, I enter the bus. I don't know where the bus is taking me. So if the bus parks me in Nnewi, I will stop. If the bus parks me in Lagos State, I will stop. If the bus parks me in Abuja, I will stop, because I didn't tell the driver where I was going. So first of all, the very first important thing you should learn to do when you are dating is to know what you guys are doing. What is it marriage intended? So that's the first thing I noted in that story. Okay, and then the second thing is, a man that is indecisive, whether you are in God or outside God. Any man that you see that takes time to make decisions in times like this, they are just indecisive. Why am I saying that this young man looks to me to be someone that is indecisive? If you were decisive, you wouldn't even allow your uncle, your aunt, your father, your mother to tell you who you want to be. If there was a true revelation, if there was a genuine revelation, it should be you and yourself and God dealing with it. In fact, by now you should have made up your mind to do something, and by making up your mind to do something, you are calling this girl who you have been dating to tell her, hey, this is what is now. I think it is time to embrace God. It is time to start on another level, whether it's God or not. Okay, you still have that right as a girl or as a guy to tell the guy that at this moment you have to understand this cannot work. So up until now, I'm expecting that this young man would have made up his mind to becoming whatever it is. I know it's usually hard, okay, but I expected a level of communication from the guy to the girl. Now, what I was expecting was, have you sat this girl down to tell her what is? And if actually you have done that, what did you say? What was the content, or what was your reply, or what did you tell her? You know, some of these guys, they want to use a stone to catch 3 or 4 birds. So while he is thinking on whether he wants to become a priest or not, he's still wasting the girl's time. Time wasters, time killers. But as a smart young girl, you should stop indulging in anything that will not yield fruits in your life. Instead, take that time and learn something to be more meaningful and more resourceful to yourself and everybody around you. So I don't want to dwell so much in this story, because if I keep looking at it, there are a lot of things I can say from this message. But the very pertinent thing I'm saying to everyone who is listening to me right now is, know what you want and always know where you're going to with a guy or with a girl. Always define your relationship. If you're dating a girl just for fun, for sex or whatever, define it. Let her know, let him know, so that tomorrow he wouldn't start pointing fingers at you. And if you guys intend to get married, you're working on yourselves to know if you can make a good husband and wife, then let yourselves know so that you will know what you are working on. So young lady, thank God you're the one who actually sent me the message, and I know because I told you to make sure that the guy hears me this night. Please, whether or not he wants to become the priest, it is time for you to stand up, know what you want, and walk away. Let me tell you guys a very quick story. I had when I was in school, when I hadn't decided on what I wanted, then you don't even talk to me about marriage. It scares the hell out of me, okay? But I was still very smart. A young man I was dating, I loved him and he loved me as well. But me, I don't know, I usually was very careful, okay? So on a particular night, he called me and said, my mom does not like where you are from. My mom does not like people from the part of the village where you're coming from. At that moment, he was expecting me to fidget. He was expecting me to be paranoid. He was expecting me to start crying. I looked to his face. I said, wow, is that so? If that is what your mother wants, what do you want? And whatever you want is left for you to decide. I am not here to listen to what you want or what your mother wants. I don't even want to get into knowing what your family wants. It's enough for you to know what you want and decide it, okay? If you want to live your mother's life, fine. If you want to make a decision as a man, fine. You know, I went back to sleep. And that threw him off balance. He didn't understand where that was coming from. Why did I say that? I didn't say, yeah, truthfully, I was never hurt, because I'm never desperate, okay? I know what I carry. I know who I am. So I'm not supposed to be belittled or thrown off balance because a man said, his mother said. Seriously, any man who begins to come with that lie, most times, is either they're trying to know what you will do, or they have numerous girls around them. They are looking for a way to eradicate some to pick the person they truly want. So you have to read in between lines at all points. After that night, this young man started asking me out like never before. He started chasing me, and that was the moment I started running, because at that moment he knew I was not chasing him. That moment he knew that I knew my value as a woman, and as a young lady I knew what I wanted. I never wanted an indecisive man to ruin my own career for me. So you are 20 years, a man told you he had a revelation, or you heard. I don't see why he's making you confused. It should never make you confused. It should make you more focused. It should make you know that it is time for you to wake up and, get yourself fixed. Don't ever let a man tell you, my mother said, I'm seeing revelation and all that. Some could be very genuine, all right? Some can be very, very genuine. But however, read in between lines at all time and know what you want at all time. It is very, very important. If not, you will keep going through mess in the hands of men. And it is not just men who go, it is not just women who go through this mess. Sometimes men go through the mess too. Some women mess some guys up, which I try not to be very one-sided when I'm treating issues like this, because as it happens to a man, it can also happen to a woman. But that is not the case this night. So now, to what we have this night. Hope you are excited. I am. But right now, you have to give me just a second to take down water. I need water, okay? So just give me 1 second and I'll be with you. So to what we have this night, which is how to become a good wife. It is very important that if you're listening to me, if you have a jotter or if you have a phone that you can write on, please very well do. Okay, some of the things I'm telling you this night, or I'll be sharing with you this night, are some of the things I've learned from women and men who are successful in their marriage, and some of the things I close my eyes, I try to ask God on how to become a better woman. At every point in my life, all I'm asking God is to make me a wife of envy, a wife that every other man will envy. Okay, why am I doing that? Because I'm preparing myself also for a good man. For me to be preparing for myself for a good wife, as a good wife, that means I'm going to attract a good man. Okay, so I hope you understand me. And women, please do not feel offended by some of the things I'm going to say this night. I know it's usually very hard. Some of the time you find out that all of what I'm going to say is who you are. But men are, sometimes they just cannot take it all. Okay, they can be very hard men. There are men who can never be content with what they have. But however, try your best and be one of those, or I'll be all of those I'll be listing this night. Thank you, everyone. So, on becoming a good wife, how do you prepare yourself to being a good wife? First of all, I would like for you to know that your parents influence you. Yes, your parents influence you on becoming a good woman, or becoming a bad man or a bad woman. Sometimes you look at your father and your mother and see the kind of relationship they have while they are married, and know if that is what you want. And if you're not careful, if you're not someone who has gone to the drawing board to say, this is what I want to become, you might make a mistake, because you might begin to think that everything your mother is doing is right, not knowing that some of the things she's doing is wrong. And if you're coming from a family where your parents throw punches at each other every day and they fight every day verbally, you realize that it is not so good for you. But some people will see it as, if my parents could do this and they succeeded, that means I should do it. No, there are a lot. You should learn to add and subtract. If you're seeing your mother do some things and you do not like, take the ones that she's doing good and add the rest from what you're learning from other parents. Okay, so that is why I said, somehow, directly or indirectly, if you're not very careful, some of the things your mom or your dad is doing might affect you on becoming a good woman or a good man. So today, the very first thing everyone should know, that a wife is a helper. If you must be a wife, if you want to get married, if you want to make a good mother, if you want to make a good wife, the very first thing that should come to your mind is knowing that you are going to become a helper. Some will say a help, okay? But I rather use a helper. A wife must be a helper. When we are talking about helper, like that is the major thing you should just see. You're coming into somebody else's life to help the person. You're living your life from your mother, from your father, and then you're walking into another person's life to become a helper. A helper is not a problem multiplier. I'm sorry. Some women are problem multipliers. So if you must be a good wife and you are ready to be a good one, you must be a helper. If you even go to the Bible, all of us who are Christians, you even know that the Bible said it there. It is in Genesis that a wife is a helper. You know, God created Adam and found out that, okay, it's not good for a man to be alone. He needed a helper and he brought him Eve. Okay, that is how God has, designed it on earth. You're a man and a man needs a woman to complete him. So, when you're building a house and you don't have a roof, that means that house is never complete until you get a roof over the house. That is how it is for a wife. A man is never complete until he gets a wife, and when you have a roof over your building, that means that rain can no longer come into the house. There are some things that can never happen to that house again. That is how it is for a woman. If God hands you over to a man to be a helper, that means there are some kind of harms that should never come to that man again because you have come. Mentally, you're developing him, financially, and you have to be very supportive, a companion. I told you, a good wife is not a problem multiplier but a helper. Don't ever don't ever give your husband a reason to get tired of you. A helper does not give a man she is married to a reason to get tired of her. Okay, so I'm going to be breaking it down one after the other. A wife is a manager. If you look at it very well, most women are managers while their husbands are administrators. Okay, for you to be a helper, then you must be a manager. The wife manages the home. The husband is the admin, is the administrator. But you are a manager. The administrator puts some things in place, and a manager goes round. The things that has been put in place, she tries to make sure that they go well. Okay, your husband, your children, everything, his relatives, your own relatives, everything should be managed properly. So for you to be a good wife, you must be a manager. You must learn to be a manager, whether you like it or not. You cannot be a good wife if you're not a good manager. You manage your own temper. You manage your husband's temper. You manage your children's. You manage everybody's temper. You manage everything that has to do with anger. You learn anger management because you are a manager. You cannot be a manager of a place and be flouting the rule of that place. So for you to be a manager, you have to lead by example, and you have to learn to manage everything, including your temper. I know I'm very particular about temper because a lot of women lose it. And they forget that they are a helper or they are helpers, and of course they are managers. Okay, and in becoming a good wife, you must learn how to express yourself and your feelings effectively. I tried to ask some questions. I wanted to know why a lot of women nag. Do you know why some women nag? Most of the women you see that they nag, usually when a man got married to them, they weren't naggers. They weren't nagging. They were all loving until sometime in the marriage they lose it. Why do they lose it? Because most of the women do not know how to express themselves to their husbands. Most of the women do not know how to express how they feel. They will keep hoarding it and keep keeping it in their mind, and the day it comes out like an atomic bomb. And then you see that woman, from that time on, she begins to nag about every single tiny minute thing. both the things that make sense and the things that does not make sense, she begins to nag about them, and you become irritating to your husband. Anytime you begin to nag unnecessarily, you're always nagging. In fact, when your husband remembers coming back home, he will just rather stay with his friends or in that office where he does not have comfort. And the moment your husband begins to stay away from home because you nag, you have lost him, and you have put him in the hands of women who will take care of him. In becoming a good wife, you must learn to express yourself and your feelings effectively and in a subtle way, very calm. Okay, you mustn't raise your voice to, say how you feel. You are talking to your husband. You're not talking to your helper. You're not talking to a house help. You're not talking to your driver. You are talking to your husband. So no matter what it is you want to talk about, you must learn to be subtle. And I know what I'm talking about expressing. See, no matter what your husband does to you, he is your husband. He is your friend. So you should always find a way to discuss that same thing with him. Don't carry it on your mind. The more you carry it, it turns you to a woman who you are not. And by the time you start acting, even your own children will be very surprised at who you have become. So if you learn the habit of always talking to your husband about, in a subtle way, in a very good way, you guys are conversing, or you call him quietly, you feel that every day you're better. You don't keep it up until you burst. No, you don't do that. The moment you begin to pile up issues, you keep piling them up, you will burst like an atomic bomb. And the moment you start, you have started. Trust me, look at any woman who nags. The moment you start, you have started. So you have to learn to be expressive in the right manner. Never, ever, ever suspect your husband. A lot of women, they do that. They carry it on their head like gala. In fact, it ruins home. I've checked. I've realized that most of the divorce that happen in Nigeria right now happens because a lot of women spend time suspecting their husband, which leads to violence, which leads to aggression. Do you know what it means to, I've done nothing wrong. Any day I come back home, you're always giving me attitude. I know sometimes women that are very emotional, they can't even control it. You will see her attitude will change, the way she serves the husband food, the way she treats the children, the environment, the atmosphere will change because she's suspicious. There is something in her mind. If you have anything in your mind, there is something you're beginning to perceive. Talk to your husband. That is why I'm really taking time to explain becoming a good wife is to learn how to express yourself and feelings effectively, okay? You should talk to your husband. Don't always suspect your husband. Anytime, any small thing, you're beginning to, it makes you're always angry. You flare up. You lose the sweetness of your home the moment you become suspicious with your husband. No matter what he does, you're never happy. No matter what he does, you're never satisfied. Now you are exposing this man to learning how to stay outside more than staying with you. And by doing that, you lose attention. Instead of suspecting your husband, if there is anything, please, the best thing to do is what? Call your husband, sit him down like your husband he is in the sitting room or your bedroom, wherever you want to talk to him. Make love to him and then ask him some of these questions. Those are the better times to ask a man question. I think some of the time why men lose it, you see a man who has come back from work, he was tired, he had a very rough day. You came back from work, and then the next thing, your husband, you're already coming back, you're already shouting at him. Some always go to the extent of holding their ties. I saw this and I saw that, I heard this and I heard that. That is a killer of marriage. If you want to kill your marriage, if you want to just end it up, please do that. You will see how your marriage will end. But I know I love you and I'm taking time to explain this to you. Please avoid suspicion in your marriage. Please avoid that. And then thirdly, under that, becoming a good wife and learning how to express yourself, please avoid suspension. Every time, any small thing, you're threatening your husband. If you don't answer me, I won't open my legs, I won't do this, I won't do that. Seriously, what happened to dialoguing? And when I mean dialogues, I'm talking about conversation, communication. You don't do that. A man is bothered. He wants to make sure that he makes you happy by providing for you and your children, and every moment you're keeping him under suspense by always frowning. You're never happy. You're always hissing. Jesus Christ. I'm a lady boy. If I have you around me, I'll just get tired. Not to talk about a man having you in a home. So young ladies, start now, start learning. Okay, some of these things I'm teaching us this night, I'm also teaching myself, because it's a gradual process. It's something that you have to start learning now. And if you're married and you're guilty about whatever I'm saying, please start now and start dropping them. Please start now and start dropping them. Then I'll also say, pick your battles. It's not everything you fight about. It's not everything, every single thing. I happen to be in a house where a husband and a wife, every small thing this man does, this woman gets angry immediately. Every little thing, she's always pissed. She's always angry. And the man was forced to get his visa. And as I speak to you, the last time I saw that young man was in 2012. And up until now, he has not come back. And he was always complaining. My wife is always complaining about any little thing. There is nothing you do to make her happy. And the moment a man is doing everything to make you happy, you're always picking, you're always looking for fights. Hey, Jesus Christ. Seriously, I don't know. If you're doing that, you're very guilty of that. Even as a lady, before you get married, check around you, maybe in the office, in your workplace, anything someone does to you, you're always picking at it. Please drop it like a bad habit, because it is one. If you want to become a good woman, you must learn to pick your fights. Pick a battle. It's not everything you fight over. It's not everything that you just pick at. Sometimes you learn to ignore some things. There are some things your husband will do, you just ignore it. That is maturity. If you don't know how to ignore and, tolerate, you can never, or you may never be successful in your marriage, especially when you want to be a good wife. Okay? Please try to be very understanding when you discuss an issue with your husband. A lot of women do this. Okay? Whenever they're having a discussion with your husband, and he makes a decision, or he has said, this is what will be. You see the woman automatically, she gets angry, she starts raising her voice, forgetting you're talking to your king. And you also, you are a queen, because it takes a queen to have a king, and it takes a king to have a queen. The way you raise your voice is not the way a queen should be raising a voice. And remember, always have it at the back of your mind that your husband is your husband, no matter what he looks like. If you make him a king, he's your king automatically in the eyes of everybody. If you are having a discussion with your husband, maybe for instance, you want your children to go to another school other than the one they are going to, and you want that to stop, and probably your husband insists, raising your voice or automatically shouting and walking out on him, it cannot solve it. Let me tell you the secret. At that moment, it makes them even more stubborn. Let me tell you. Yes, go and check people who are very successful in their marriage. They will tell you. Any moment you're having a discussion with your husband and he says something you do not like, or you do not buy that, just take it easy, okay? At that moment, pretend to accept. Show him that you respect him. That is honor. A woman should honor the husband, and in return, the husband should love the wife. So pretend you like it. Pretend you bought the idea. Allow him for that night. The next day, cook a good meal. It's not expensive, no matter how late. Look for his favorite meal, cook it for him. The next day, buy him a new gift. I know a lot of women do not even know what it means to buy gifts for their husband. But don't worry, I'm teaching you, okay? So you just allow some of those days to pass, and then on the 5th or on the 6th or on the 7th day, go to him quietly. Give him reasons why you think. Suggest to him. Do not command him. Do not force him. Do not compel. Suggest. Is a suggestion. Honey, I heard what you said the other day, but honey, if you look at this school these children are going to right now, you realize that they are not doing well academically again. Chisimdi is not doing well in her biology again. Chisomi is not doing well. She's 4 years and she can't even speak good English. You are suggesting to him, you're making him understand why your children should leave the school to another school. You're not compelling him. In fact, apart from husbands, if you even check it in the office, males, especially the ones who are very egoistic, all right, they don't like it when you compel them to do something. They listen to you when you suggest. I am not saying it is wrong for a man to, every time is about him, he never understands or buy your opinion. No, I'm not saying that. What I am saying is there are ways to go about these things. You have to be very diplomatic as a manager. A manager knows how to manage everything, any situation they manage. There is no food in the house, but you see a manager bringing out food. So what am I saying in essence? That your husband does not accept what you have said, or maybe he has made a decision. You can still diplomatically make him on the side. The way you go about it, it's very important. You should know how to be sweet. Do not lose the sweetness of being a woman. Women are very soft. Okay, that he has said it and it is his final decision. It can only remain final on how you react. Trust me personally, if we are discussing something and I give you my opinion about it and I tell you that's final and you begin to raise a voice or you walk out on me, trust me, I'll never go back. Those are my words and they remain my words. Okay? But when you're trying to make it a conversation, you're suggesting to him, I tell you what, that your husband who you got married to and who loves you in return will listen to you. Please avoid raising your voice at your husband. And the very last one on this category is, please, I beg you, if you're a woman and you want the peace in your home to remain, Ejo, please, I beg you, I'm begging you with in fact, I've lost the sweetness of my voice this night because of this thing I'm talking about. I beg you, do not ever make a decision in your home without your husband's consent. I don't have time again. I just have less than 10 minutes to be with you guys, so I have to be very fast. Please, do not ever, for any reason in the world, make any decision as long as your husband is alive and he's living in the same house with you. Do not make any decision without your husband being part of it, without your husband blessing or consenting to it. He should know about everything in the family. Don't try to play smarter because you can talk. Maybe people hail you, you talk a lot and, you take glory from people. Please, I beg you. In fact, I'm actually kneeling down right now. If you can see me in the spiritual realm, I am begging you, avoid taking a decision when you get married for everything that should be done in that home. Your husband should consent to it. In fact, even your own husband should not also make a decision without you. But this one is very basic. I've lost a lot of people. I've lost count on husbands who divorced or who dissolved their marriage because of this. He's your husband and he has the right to know anything and everything that is going on in your marriage. Please. Some women lost it. They think it's by always making decisions by themselves, always, trying to say they have money, they work. Even if you're making 1 million every month and he's making 150,000 every month, he has the right to know what decision, especially for his children. Whatever decision you're making for your children, your husband should know about it. You guys should put heads together and agree to something before that decision stands. And I'll quickly go to this one. Talk to your husband. Don't talk about your husband. A lot of women, gossip will not even allow you. And I think some of you women, if you're not careful, your gossip or your kind of friends you keep might take you away from your husband in time coming if you don't stop it now. Don't always be in the habit of you're always talking about your husband, the ill he does, anything he does, your parents, your friends. Please, once you're married, you're married. It should be your husband and you alone. until you give birth, then your children. People outside should never even hear anything negative from your husband or about your husband from you. You should try to protect him. You are a manager. You are managing. Okay, you have married him. You have married him, especially when you saw some of those things and you got married to him. Whatever it is that is happening, his shortcomings should never leave your lips to another person. Even your own mother should not know. Some of these times, they can ignite fire, they can make things worse than it is already. So please, I beg you, if you get married, or even if you're not married, do you know how you even know these things? Sometimes use your relationship and know. If you're having a boyfriend and you're always in the habit of always telling your friends about your boyfriend and what you guys do, you will do the same thing in marriage. So it is time for you to stop it now. Your marriage is sacred, and everything that concerns you should be kept away from outsiders. There should be no third parties. And then why I'm saying that one, please do not try to change your husband. It frustrates them. It takes them away from home. It takes them away from your hand. Please don't change a man. Don't try. Just like I told the lady who called me earlier, she said the guy is always angry, he's short-tempered. If you like him that way and you think you can manage him, fine. But if you saw him that way and he also showed you that this is who I am, and you got married to him that way, and then while in that marriage you're trying to change him and you're trying to compare him with people you see around, that is not right. You're frustrating him and you're giving him 100 reasons to start going out, especially when he's not disciplined. If you get married, you can influence change. Okay, you can influence change. You can sweet talk your husband. Do you know what you can do? Sometimes if you see that your husband, there is a character that he possessed, or maybe while you got married to him, you realize there are some things about him you don't truly like, you can buy books, buy films, both of you should watch it together, and probably in that movie, some of those things you want in your husband, maybe the content of the movie, it's there. Just keep watching the movie with him sometimes. Buy books that you think some of those things can influence his lifestyle. Those are ways you can change your husband. You can only influence change. You should not compel your husband to change. Don't force him to change. Don't send him in the arms of that lady that you now start sending texts. Hey, I'm dead though. My husband is no longer sleeping at home. Please, I beg you, don't threaten change. Don't compel him to change. Allow him to be who he is. The only thing you can do is to influence change. Pray for him to change. Buy things around. Sweet talk him. Sometimes suggest. Sometimes just be very diplomatic. You have to learn to be very diplomatic. I wish I had time to, to talk about these things the way I plan to talk about them. But time is no longer on my side, and I will just say this few and then I'll say goodnight to you. Please be your husband's best friend. Be that woman that your husband is in the office, something happens, he's wishing to go home. Be that man that anything that happens with your husband on the way, wherever, the next person he's thinking of is to call the wife. Because the moment he calls you, you always have something to say. There are women who are so empty. The only thing they know how to offer is sex. I'm telling you, you have to be very careful. Be that woman that when your husband is in trouble, the next person he's thinking of calling is you, not his colleague or his far back friend. Please, be very, very, very careful. Be your husband's friend. Be resourceful. Think outside the box. Read books. Don't get tired of reading books. Don't get tired of reading documentaries or staying around people who their marriage is working, or stay around people who are very resourceful. If you must have companies, please, I beg you, be your husband's best friend. Whenever he's in trouble, there is problem in the home, wherever he is, the next person on his mind should be you, because you always have a solution to all his problems. When you're married to a man that you always prefer solutions to his problems, I tell you, you will never lose him, because you are his backbone. You are his true helper. You are a manager. Anytime your husband is in trouble and the next person he calls is you to provide solution, you have gotten your husband. He is, no woman can have him. I tell you, please do not lure a man to getting married to you because of sex. Sex is very vital. In fact, I must talk about it before I go. But please, it should not be the only trait you have. Marriage is more difficult than even here. So you have to be very, very careful and know that there are some things you must put in place before you go on that journey. Okay, I know you can do it. By God's grace you can. And then I said I was going to talk about buy your husband gifts, no matter how small. Don't be so stingy. Because he's stingy, you want to be stingy back. You can only influence change by introducing it. If you marry a man who barely buys you gifts, buy him gifts, no matter how small. Even if it's okerika, you're passing, you saw where probably they're selling, okay, no matter how small, and the jean is fine, the shirt is fine, buy it for him. When you go home, wash it and iron it. He'll be very happy, and tomorrow he will have sense to know that he needs to buy you something. No matter how small, any day you go out, look for something to buy for not just your husband, your children too, because this is how to be a good wife. If you're coming back home, no matter how small, your krika, 100 naira, 150 that you're poor, just buy it, wash it and iron for him. Your husband will be proud of you. He is wearing it to work and he's bragging, "Aqua, my wife got him shirt out." And men derive joy in such things. Please learn to buy your husband's gifts. Learn to say, "I'm sorry." A lot of us are very proud. You do something, instead of you to say sorry, you keep arguing and arguing and arguing and arguing. It will not help you. Learn to say you're sorry. Don't be a liability to a man. Be resourceful. You did not go to school. It's not a bad thing. It's not, your time is not over yet. Go and learn something. Go and learn how to sew. Go and learn how to cook. Go and learn how to do something that when you get married, you can help your husband. Remember, you are a helper. Okay, yes, he's the father of the home, he's the owner of the home, but somehow try to help him. My time is up. I have to go. I have few more things I need to say to you, but maybe Monday, before I start the edition of the Talk to Cam show on Monday, I'll say some of those things before I finally get over to the topic. Remember, I said on Monday we are strictly going to be talking about premarital sex, whether it's good for a man or a woman to have premarital sex before marriage. Thank you, everyone. I'm very sorry I have to go now. My time is really up. I hope you enjoyed this edition of the Talks and Chem show. If you have any problem, there is something you need to talk to me about, please quickly send a message to 0815998724 0815998724. If I must call you, I must know how urgent it is. Do not call that number. It is just strictly for messages. I love you all. Good night.
Like empty, and I will find you everywhere you go. And like Chuck and Jake, our love will never grow. Please be my Juliet, and I'll be your Romeo. My love, oh, yeah, yeah. But you'll be my Juliet, and I'll be your Romeo. My love, my love. The stars come out at night, I'll be thinking about you, my love, my love. And in the dark I see your lovely eyes. Darling, you are my light, you are my love. Take my hand and walk with me, my love. Just say what you want and I'll get it for you, my love.
Tuned into
Authority FM
91.9.
Praise God. Hallelujah. Let us pray. Our Heavenly Father, the merciful one, the keeper of all, the one that we call it upon once and you answer it 7 times. Lord God of compassion, the loving God who have answered our prayers today, who has kept us to see us through the hassles, the pestilence, the troubles, the challenges, the risk we undertook during the day's activity, but yet, oh Lord, you preserved us to see us in safety at this moment. Thank you, King of Glory, for this radio station, for the management and staff of Authority 91.9 FM, for having been with us all to have walked through the day to see us through to this point of the night. Lord, we pray that as we go to bed tonight, your angels will watch over us according to your scriptures, that they will watch over us as we sleep. Lord, we refuse, oh Lord, and we reject the manipulations of the enemy, the powers that perpetuate in darkness. Lord, we decree that they shall not affect us in any way negatively in the name of Jesus. Thank you, Master, for it is well with us. In Jesus' mighty name we pray. Thank you, Master. It is done in Jesus' mighty name. Amen. Good night.